Welcome to the Lake TV Community Spotlight Show, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. And our guest this week is a very familiar face around town, J.R. Hartenstein. He is the owner-broker, Lake Ozark Realty, right? So you are the big cheese over there, Lake Ozark Real Estate. Yeah, okay. So are you a local guy, or did you move in at some point?
Well, that's a good question. That's up for discussion. If my dad buys 100 feet from Don Feast on the North Shore in 1975 and I start spending my formative years here,
yeah.
Does
that make you a native?
Kind of local?
Right.
I don't know.
Where were you?
Because there's people that went to school here that,
Yeah.
I'm not local like that.
Where did you come in from?
Well, Jefferson City.
Jeff City? So,
Trinity Lutheran School, Blair Oaks High School.
Blair Oaks, bunch of state championships.
Well, that's my cousin who's the coach.
Oh, really? Wow. Small world then. Huh?
Until you try to paint it.
Okay. Well, paint what?
The world.
Oh, there you go. It's too crazy for that, right? Okay, so real estate, is this in the family or is this something new to you?
So when I got into real estate in the Villages in 2010, I already had a lot of rental property. So I've been buying real estate. I bought my first duplex in 1989.
Okay.
So I had been on the other side of the ballpoint pen for decades.
Right.
Prior to
1989, you were pretty young to buy a duplex.
21.
21 years old. So this is like in your blood. This is like breathing for you, I guess, right? Do you like it?
Love
Do you
it.
love it?
Love it.
Wow.
27 years in construction.
Because this is not an easy gig. I mean, I think a lot of people think of real estate as an easy thing. It is not an easy thing. There's a lot of legalities, big money on the line. There's a lot of things you have to keep track of or you get in trouble, right? But you still love it.
Absolutely.
Huh.
You enjoy what you do and you don't work a day in your life.
That's what they say, right? And that's the way you feel?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
So
especially Lake of the Ozarks.
Of course.
Because Lake of the Ozarks, to me, is the center of the universe.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more optimistic about the United States and the Lake of the Ozarks than I am today.
That's surprising, really, because it seems like the United States has fallen apart. No, but you feel good about
Oh,
it.
I'm very excited about the future.
Really?
It gets worse before it gets better, but when it gets better than you could have ever imagined, Chris.
It's like the darkness before the daybreak.
Yeah, I
or
think
whatever.
we live in the best times since the revolution.
Well, and I think this might be the last sane place in America right now, right here at the Ozarks, right? I mean, it seems like everybody else is going crazy, right?
It's all whacked out.
Yeah.
But it's okay to be a little bit insane, a little bit crazy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I tell you what, people want to move here
That's
for
right.
sure from the big cities and everything else,
Yeah,
right?
it's been an absolute hoot. 2020, 2011, just out of control, just expanding at the speed of light.
I think I read somewhere you did $30 million of business in 2020. Does that sound about right?
I don't recall. I know last year I did 78, which was my highest.
78?
Yeah,
Wow.
which was obviously my highest year.
So now, and so when people say, and we say this all the time, Lake of the Ozarks is like the Shangri-La of America. People want to move here. They want to come here. That's true. They really do, don't they?
Yeah, they saw Scott Passmore's video uploaded to TMZ Memorial Day, Saturday of 2020.
Yep.
And people had heard of Lake of the Ozarks from the Netflix series, but they're like, okay, what's going on here? Because I like this liberty. This looks nice to me.
Yeah,
These people
absolutely.
don't really seem to care about mandates,
Yeah.
unconstitutional mask mandates.
No doubt. No doubt about it at all. That's for sure. And you, I mean, you feature two of the hottest places at the Lake of the Ozarks, the top places to live in the topsider condos and the Villages. How in the world did you work that out? Where you are like the big dog at two of the nicest places to live at the best place to live in the country.
So 27 years in construction and ready to change, do something different at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Right.
I was living at the lake and driving to Jefferson City, and one day I said, I want to find something here. So I drove over to the Villages and I said, I'd make a great real estate agent. And he said, when can you start? I said, I'm already here.
Really? It was that easy?
Yeah.
Really?
That's Chris Galloway.
Okay. Oh, another great guy here at the lake.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So, so did you see the potential of what you were sitting on when you did that? You saw this coming.
Well, nobody could have predicted this.
Yeah.
But I knew that the Lake of the Ozarks was, if I wanted to live here and nowhere else, then I'm probably not the only one. And I see enough stuff, hear enough people talk, and read enough to know that there's people that move here from big cities like Chicago and St. Louis and wherever, that we must have something special.
Yeah, no doubt. What is that that's special here?
Well, the lake.
Right.
The Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, absolutely. Why would you want to look out and see anything but water if you can help it?
Yeah. I think it's more than that, though. I think it's the people, too, because we have got a group of people here. I've never seen a community like this before, and I've been in a lot of communities that there are so many people willing to come together, do charity work, give charity to try to help folks out in the community. I've never seen anything like it.
I agree. There's a lot of charitable people here. I've met a lot of charitable people, no question. It's very charitable.
And that helps.
But I don't have a big, huge frame of reference, but there's no shortage of people who are giving
Yeah.
here at Lake of the Ozarks.
Well,
I don't know if that's the same everywhere, though. I sincerely don't. But
I don't think it is. I mean, you've got givers everywhere, but not like here, it doesn't seem like. So,
well, we're very blessed, and I think that's the root of it.
I think you're
we
right.
realize how blessed we are, and so we feel charitable.
yeah, I think you're right. So it's J.R. Hartenstein, owner-broker, Lake Ozark Real Estate. Wow, where else would you rather be right now? We'll continue talking with J.R. about the real estate industry and all that good stuff when we come back. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission. If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the polar plunge to festivals, parades, aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV. Hey, be sure to join us for the COMC High School Football Coaches Show this week. We'll be talking with Camden coach Par Pitts as the Lakers travel up the road to play Lebanon. The Yellow Jackets undefeated, Camdenton on a 5-game win streak. It's going to be a good one. We'll hear what the coach has to say. And we'll also talk with Osage coach Shannon Jolly as they look to stay red hot on the road at Southern Boone. Join us for the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. Welcome back to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show. We're sitting down with J.R. Hartenstein, owner-broker of Lake Ozark Real Estate, probably the best place in the country to be for real estate the last few years. A lot of people may or may not know you did a lot of radio over the years, local radio at KRMS. So this was like natural for you, right? I mean, you're like a ham. You like being on the air, right?
I like being on the air. I don't know that I like being on the camera, though. In fact, I played a lot of copyrighted music just so they turn the cameros off at KRMS.
Oh, you've got this face for radio, right?
Oh, God. Yeah. And the voice, right?
Voice for television, absolutely. So what did you like about being in the media, being on the air? What? Because you didn't have to do this. You had a big business going, and yet you wanted to spend some time doing the media stuff.
So I'm a political junkie.
Okay.
And when I went back on my last tour of duty, the first day I was asking the listenership, are you optimistic or are you pessimistic about the future of the country?
Yeah.
Because I'm optimistic and I think I'm an outlier. I think most people are pretty worried.
I think you're right. And I'm right there, one of them. I heard somebody political the other day, I think it was Newt Gingrich, saying things have not been this bad in America since the 1850s before the Civil War, right? And a lot of people agree with him, right? Do you agree with him, or do you agree with him but still see good things coming?
Well, right now it's really bad and getting worse, and that is because the enemies within, as I call them, are being given all of the rope they need.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So you're very optimistic about that.
That's
Okay.
right.
Cool. So let's get back to real estate here. So you were in construction before you got into real estate. That's what your dad did?
Family business, $50 million construction company, yeah.
Okay.
That's really from 1982 till 2010.
That's what you cut your teeth on was construction.
I've done it all, Chris. I've driven concrete mixers for a while. I ran a scale house. I was a comptroller for the construction company, all aspects of it.
What a great training ground, though, because you kind of learn everything. And in real estate, everything comes into play.
It's extremely relevant to real estate.
Yeah.
It's shocking how much I know about construction when my clients are like, how do you know all this?
Wow.
But yeah, starting in 1982, for 50 cents an hour, I'm out there just washing rubber tire loaders and 963 high lifts and stuff. So.
Yeah. And boy, that paid off, didn't it? I mean, it's really, with that knowledge is working out well. I heard a story like a couple years ago. You went on vacation in Mexico and kind of got stuck there for a little while.
That was 6 months ago.
That was, yeah. I'd still be going through some counseling over that. So what happened? Why did you get detained over there?
Well, a friend of mine who's a potentate here in this county is in charge of his own self-defense, shall we say. He left behind a magazine in my car when we went to Oktoberfest in Herman last year.
Okay.
And he texted me this following Sunday morning, said, I left a mag to a 380 ACP in the back of your truck. Can you please bring it with me next time I see you? Which was about 6 weeks later at Baxter's. I said, I'll be right back. And I went out to the car and I couldn't find it. And it was in that bag, this same briefcase I use, sitting right over here.
Right, yeah.
The famous briefcase. It's like leather like this, and then there's sections that come down. Well, evidently it can get up underneath another section. So I come back in the restaurant and I said, it'll turn up.
Can't find it. It'll turn up. Guess where it turns
Coming
up?
back from Cancun, I throw that bag on the belt at Mexican TSA, and it's a weird feeling when they say, we're going to arrest you.
I bet, in a foreign country. Yeah, and so what was that like? Was that like
I can't describe.
Bad?
I can't describe it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
3 nights in a federal jail in solitary confinement. It
really
messes with you.
Holy
Thank God for a book. Don't ever travel without a book. You
Really?
got to have a book.
Yeah. So there must have been a little light there that you could read
There
a
was.
little bit.
Believe me, you can't sleep. I mean, it's just light city in there.
Really?
Sure.
Okay. So were you ever thinking, I'm never going to get out of here?
Well, it crosses your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
It sure does.
How did you keep hope alive when you were there? And how long was this? A lot of prayer.
Prayer.
Okay.
Pray, read, sleep, pray, read, sleep, pray, read, sleep. And without a book, I would have just been able to pray and sleep, and I would have gone nuts.
Oh, wow.
I don't ever take a book traveling with me. I happened to this time. Paisley had just talked about Common Sense by Thomas Paine.
Right.
And so I threw it in. I have never taken a book anytime. I've been going to Mexico 25 years.
Grace of God.
Saved me.
Wow.
A book, yeah.
Professor Paisley, right? I bet you've thanked him a couple of times.
I've thanked I have been so grateful and just thanking everybody and expressing my appreciation to everybody since then. I'm super, super grateful and just feel super blessed about everything. Everybody knows. I'm telling people I love you that like, what are you talking about? You love me.
But it puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, holy moly. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I heard some of those stories, and you hear nightmare stories about, and they even do TV shows about
There's a
being
TV
arrested
show,
abroad.
locked up abroad, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not pretty. So
Well, my experience was way more pretty than any of those shows.
Thank
It
goodness.
was pretty antiseptic compared to those things.
thank goodness. All right.
It's all about that in Mexico.
Wow. Well, yeah, and that makes sense, right? So the next time you're traveling, be sure to check your luggage. That's a little tip from your Uncle JR here, right? Okay, so it's JR Hartenstein. He is the owner-broker, Lake Ozark Real Estate, and we're going to have you back on because we only touched the surface of the JR Hartenstein story here. So if you're willing, we'll have you come back.
I'd be happy to. It'd be my honor.
All right. And if folks need to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
LuxuryLakeRealty.com.
Okay.
And my cell phone is 573-480-9866.
There you go. JR Hartenstein, thank you for joining us for Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show.